Tuka double tap.
Wewe ulilike nani?
Ai, mimi nilileke kila mtu mwenye ako ndani na kuambia hawa watu wa Galactic hawa mafans hawa. I double tap them every day.
You double tap them.
I double tap na kuambia hawa watu wana to make it.
Nakwambia.
Hawa watu wana to make it like.
Guys, welcome to that show.
Good now. Good today people. Karibuni sana, karibuni.
I see you.
Nakwambia hata hajangoja register ifunguliwe.
Hey, that's the best.
We loves you like this.
Bobby. Yani hivyo tu venye uko.
Ule mse.
Na mama zako ma trips manini.
Sijui Nakuru, sijui nini, una cross county. Si bado tuko tu hapa within the Nairobi.
Papi, karibu sana.
To invite. Ukienda hiyo na manga tena invite hata watu na manga pia waone. Kwani nini? Share this news with them.
Guys, welcome again to this edition of that show. Furahiday. Hapa today.
Today,
guys.
now here, inside here, hapa. Within here.
Today is the day. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for those who keep supporting us, keep watching, keep sharing.
Keep hosting watch parties, inviting, tagging everyone.
Thank you DJ Roy Mazee, umetuanzishia hapo na double tap. Na wasema kuingia kwa DM ukisema hi. Please tutaongea story mpaka lini?
Sijua waelewi. Ingia pale na story yako. Ingia kama umepeana hi.
Sindio?
Unajua kama kuna makasiriko unataka tushare tunashare hapa nje inakuwa ni plan.
Exactly.
This is the plan. Unaona?
Itakuwa
usijifungie, usijinyime unajua? Because unaweza kaa hapa kidogo. It's going to be a problem.
I know, right?
But at least tunajua kwa hapo ndani. At least tunajua una watch. So next time ukiwatch tag moto, invite moto, kuja mpaka na wajukuu kwani nini? The things like those.
Right.
Rosary put.
Dancing into today's topics.
Mazi.
Hapa kwenye blended families.
My friend.
We talked about this.
I think kuelezea watu blended families ni nini. Nimeona mtu akiuliza hapa blended families ni nini, nikasema hello. Yo ilipita hiyo siku acha nisimulike. Lakini najua ataingia tena.
Yes, a blended family is anything that is out of the norm. Yes. So basically when we talk about mom, dad, 2.5 children. Yes. Now blended families are mom, dad, stepmom, mom, dad,
auntie mom, uncle dad, na nani. Na hao watu wengine wako come acha tuite.
Yes.
And that means when say your mom and dad come together, they bring 1, 2 maybe and a half. Alafu inafika mahali wanashuka. Unaona wanashuka na decide hii safari ni kama tunachenju, tumefika kwa njia panda, wewe enda huko mimi niende huko. So wakifika huko kwingine unapata mwingine na mwingine. At the end of the day they go and add 2, 3 east side na east side. There's more children. So inafika mahali you decide watu tutawapatanisha. Unaona? So maybe like wewe umepata mtu wako, umekuja na watu wako, uko na watu wengine wenye uliacha huko nyuma. So lazima uambie mtu wako, mwambie by the way I have other descendants on the other side. So itabidi ukutane nao very soon on the dot, unajua? Yeah, so that's a blended family.
Basically anything that is outside of the norm. Yes. If the normal is mom, dad, kids,
children.
So anything that goes beyond
that. Child vile unaitaka shauri yako.
You had kids with this one and this one and now you've decided to all live together in the same homestead, polygamous.
Mimi nimekuja na vifaranga, wewe umekuja na vifaranga.
Exactly.
Let's do this.
Sindio? So basically that's what like a blended family is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
tulikuwa tunakasirika juu yao
kwa sababu kuna watu hapa nje they like to inaitwaje,
wako na upuzi ya kufanya sabotage. Yes. So now you've decided, you've agreed that this is what we're working with. Yes. So if this is what we're working with, then let's work with it. Sindio? Umekuja umejua hii ndio plan. Tulisha agree.
That's it.
But you want to spoil everything.
Or if something happens hapa katikati, you guys started as a unit together. Someone steps out. Now they have kids out there. those kids did not ask to be born.
Of course. How could my application?
In this situation.
How could my application?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So basically, our to sasa tuko hapa.
Yeah.
We are here where we are.
So now,
how do we deal with it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How do we deal with that?
Wale wakuchocha wakisikia ati hiyo sijui nini wanaanza kutilia chumvi, mnaanza kumistreet watoto na wote mmedecide mnataka kuleta kwa nyumba moja.
Exactly.
But why?
Yes.
Because at the end of the day pia umeleta watoto wa mtu, maybe next time ama siku nyingine itakuwa ni watoto wako wamebebwa wamepelekwa ile side nyingine. So how do you deal? How do you think you'd feel if your children are being ill treated on the other end? Unaona vitu mbaya, and then sometimes it's never physical.
Yes.
Hii mdomo.
Yes.
Hii mdomo ni sumu nani. You can say one thing and hivyo.
Yeah.
Hivyo ndo vile maisha ya mtu ilianza kukula kona nyingine yenye iko ina. So
you just say something to someone's child or even to your own kids.
Even to your children.
Yeah? Oh, why are you talking to that other woman? Why are you talking to that other guy?
Yes,
why are you so nice to your stepdad? Why are you so nice to your stepmom? I'm like, they're kids. Just leave them.
Exactly.
Let it be.
We
found ourselves in this situation. Either deal with the situation, be in the situation,
or
live with the situation,
or
leave the situation.
Eat big ones. Iwache nyuma yako ikweni. I was there once upon a time alafu.
Exactly.
Unaona. Kama uwezi. Yeah. Kama uwezi.
Don't make it difficult for everyone
else. Yes. Because everyone else has decided we are going to cooperate, we are going to live in peace. Lakini wewe umetoka na makasiriko.com.
It shall happen.
You know so what I mean? Those two ninis you were feeling it's a little bit too late. It's a little bit too late. Imesha happen, sindio? Watu wao wamezaliwa, umekamna wako, nini. So
you know what I mean?
But it's okay.
Yeah.
Now tumeshawaambia kama unini, kama inaitwaje, kama uko na hiyo tabia, tafadhali tunaomba ujiangalie. Check yourself, jite mikutano ya Monday, Wednesday na Friday meetings. Unajua uende kwa boardroom, uende pale ya one on one, kidogo uite the rest of you.
That's it. I just think once you find yourself in a certain situation, this thing has happened, there's nothing much you can do about it.
That's true.
You know what I mean? You just accept and move on. And especially where the kids involved. You know what
it's not the kids' fault.
Yeah.
It's never the kids' fault. We always say, watoto hawakutuma application. Wewe ulienda ukalala na jamaa wako ukashika mimba, mkabeba hiyo mimba miezi 9 mkazaa huyo mtoto.
Exactly.
Mkadecide, child, we are going to raise you.
Exactly.
Lakini sasa wewe unakuja hapa na hiyo wembo yako unakumbeba kwa mdomo.
Yes.
Everything you say is poisonous, inakata mbele kurudi nyuma. Alafu I think watu kama nome yao inakonga, they're not even kind to themselves, unajua. So unapata hiyo makasiriko yote ako nayo, and the pain, the resentment, the nini, hizo vitu zote they regret, they feel bad about themselves.
That's it.
They want to.
But I also think that you don't have to put up with it. You really don't.
Ikikushinda,
at the end of the day, you did not sign up for this thing. This thing that you find yourself in. Sindio? Mtu aliamua and uko nje atafute bibi mwingine, atafute bwana mwingine,
one night thing happened to 2 children later.
One night stand.
So ilianza na ka selfie, aka double tap. Kidogo shortly there's 2.5 children.
Shortly kidogo yuko ndani ya bedroom.
At the end of 5 years ukipiga hesabu unaambiwa mko na watoto 11. Muko na 11 nani? Uko very active ni kama sungura nani? It's not fair nani. But check too. Honestly, if you know you carry that kind of bile around with you, achana nayo. Achana nayo. There's no point. Alafu wewe mwenye ikikushinda toka uende. Unajua toka uende, because you'll be a much better person. Maybe labda you're those guys who got children because of society expected you to get children. Unajua. So utazaa lini? Alafu ukazaa ukafikisha 7. Alafu unaamka siku moja unaangalia watu hivi unaangalia shinda. What is this? What is this I signed up for? Huko nilisign wapi? Did I sign the wrong papers? Unajua.
Exactly.
But it's life. It happens. How you react, how you respond.
It's on you.
Ni wewe.
Exactly.
No, don't make the rest of our lives miserable because
exactly.
Haujiski.
Yeah.
So achana nayo.
Bas.
Sindio?
Alafu, hapo kwenye blended families, nini.
Yeah.
Julize, what kind of legacy do I want to leave in this world? You know what I mean? What kind of legacy do I want to leave in this
kuacha story gani?
Nataka watu waseme nini after mimi? Nataka watu wangu wanikumbuke aje? How do I want my children to remember me? Was I that person who brought reason into
Afro-fabu
this mess?
Aliwacha
Or did I create more of
no, exactly.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Na hapo ndo pale watu wanafaa kukaa chini yenye ujiulize tu honestly, because when life happens, I like to say this all the time, life happens.
Yeah.
Decide get out way.
Yeah.
You've decided, okay, I'm going to raise these children. With whichever weird way you've decided to do it.
Yeah.
Eventually our to you watagrow.
Yeah.
Watakuwa wazae. Unajua? Itafika mahali utakuwa grandparent. Hapa katikati kabla ukuwe grandparent, umefunza hawa watu hii.
Exactly.
Unaona?
Yeah.
Which direction did you direct them in? Unaona, how did you bring them up? What did you teach them?
Yes.
Kuna ile ya shule na kuna ile shule ya maisha. Unaona? So hapo ndo pale pia unaingilia.
Kuna shamba na kuna shamba la mawe.
Basi wewe unalima shamba gani?
Yes.
Unajua which shamba are you plowing?
Yes.
Are you tilling?
Yes. Because it's that which you feed that grows.
Exactly.
So
it's
if you're
true.
not feeding the positive in your family situation, then obviously that's not going to grow.
Nothing
you know,
is.
Do we want to build a situation where we are creating, I mean, we talk a lot about wealth on our Wednesday show. For those who don't know, we have a Wednesday show again at 9 o'clock. And we talk a lot about business, wealth, keeping your wealth, taxes, all this stuff that entails money, financial, anything that goes towards financial freedom, financial education, self, you know.
Self-wellness, improvement.
Exactly.
Because
such like things.
Health is wealth, nani.
100%.
Lazima uanze na wewe kwanza, ndio ukitoka pale ukipewa hizi mapesa.
Exactly.
Unajua, you know how to deal with. Because you can imagine now if somebody chomokas from nowhere, you maybe ile pesa mingi yenye umeshaona labda ni 100,000. Alafu nimetoka hapa na bill nakwambia. Cheers. Nimeenda hivi nimerudi. Unajua kuna mtu anaweza anguka hapa atafaint kwa sababu atashanga what madness is this? Kwa sababu atakuwa overwhelmed, ajui atafanya hiyo do nini, ajui ataanzia wapi. Of course inakuangalia nitabai hao, nitabai moti, nitabai nitakula zile vitu zote kwa atakula ukishakula ndio itaisha. Si mingi hivyo vile mtu anafikiria. Because the moment responsibilities check in, my friend, mfuko sina kona haraka.
That's it.
So, you know, kazi ya Wednesday. Join us every Wednesday on that man.
So basically, what we're saying is, I mean, when you leave this world, when people look back at you, what kind of thing will they remember? What will not even when you leave the world, when you leave a room, what do people think about you? When you enter a room, what do people think about you? What kind of person are you? You know, are you the kind of person who says something, says and does? You know, exactly. What is the blueprint that you're leaving your future generations? You know what I mean? Are you the kind of person who people in your family will talk about, your kids will talk about, your grandchildren will talk about and say, oh, I hear my grandma used to be, or I hear my granddad used to be this and this and this, and that's where I get it from, and that's who I want to be like, you know? Or are you the kind of person who just burns everything because you think that once mine is done, it's done, I don't care what I leave behind.
Moving on.
Exactly, but if you're going to be having children, if you're going to have future generations like you chose to have, then isn't it our responsibility to make sure that those future generations are not only catered for, not financially, because I think that is everyone's responsibility. I think everyone has to grow up and build their own. But when you're gone, if there's a surplus, wouldn't it be nice if your children and your future generations had something to start with?
Exactly. No. And that means that you begin now. Unaona, usingoje huko baadaye ati sasa zile uko karibu kuretire ndio unaanza kuharakisha. You've given birth to this child.
Yes.
From day one you start raising this child. Kuna vitu utamfunza.
Yes.
Kuna vitu utamfunza, kuna vitu wewe mwenyewe as a parent you're going to learn.
Yes.
And of course you were raised by someone.
That's it.
So there's lessons you picked. And you choose to carry them along because that person had a positive impact on you. So you carry them on. Hata huyu mwenye unalea. choose to leave at least a positive impact. Unajua,
Yeah.
ndio hata yaki grow up itakuwa ni mama yangu, baba yangu, unajua, my guardian used to do ABCD.
Yes.
My parent used to do ABCD for
Yes.
me. And it worked.
Yes.
Unaona, at least usitake kubeba vitu zenye zitaunguza ziwache trail of
That's true. And also when we talk about children and because being a parent is hard.
Aye.
And I say always, children are annoying. You know what I mean? But before I go into that, I'd like to welcome Samantha Oliver. That's my rugby captain. All the way from London.
Hello.
Irene Ogongo. Irene Ogongo is, there's a feature coming here. If you're interested in finding out your patient rights, which doctors to go see, which hospitals to go to, basically anything healthcare
Patient
and the
rights,
people who are doing things in your favor as a patient, if you're interested in that, and I think everyone in Kenya should be, and everyone should really think about their health, because when we are healthy, we don't think about it.
Yeah.
But it's good to know where to go if things were to go wrong for you.
Stop reacting. Start
Exactly.
preventing
Which
now.
insurance companies are more likely to pay off
cover it,
without too much kuvutana.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Irene Ogongo, we had an amazing interview. She's an amazing lady,
lineup.
nurse,
Good vibes,
businesswoman.
good vibes.
You know, she's just
Mother.
She's good people.
Mother.
Irene Ogongo, watch this space next Saturday. Not this one, the next one. This
Next
one
Saturday.
is Lucas Real Time on
Aye,
Yango.
Mr.
in
Real
the
Time
house.
himself.
Mr. Real Time himself talking business. You know what I mean?
Logistics.
So we've got all
business,
these
Junini.
features coming. We've got a business feature on a Saturday, and now a wellness feature that we will be featuring every Wednesday with herself, Irene Ogongo.
Irene Ogongo.
Ano gada naona umejitumbukiza hapo, karibu sana.
Good morning.
She says hi. Awinjo loud and clear. For
Hey.
those who don't know what awinjo means, it means I hear you loud and clear. Yeah? So,
yeah.
anyway, on this
There's
subject
Gloria
of,
Nazidi Kuiva
Hey, Gloria.
Fan number 001
Yes,
resumed as
yes, we haven't seen you for a couple of days, but welcome back, sister.
Tulikushikia space,
Si
mama.
ndio?
Karibu sana. Alomo Matthew, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Yep.
Leo tunakasirika lakini tukasiriki sana.
Leo tunakasirika tu kidogo
na mpango.
Exactly. I think for me the biggest thing about raising children is about thinking about their safety. We live in a world now where our children are exposed to so much danger. When we were growing up, there were fewer cars, there were fewer dangers out there in terms of maybe even online and stuff. We didn't have online basically.
Yeah.
We did not. You know,
Sisi tumejua online when we became
I was
adults.
18 when I touched my first computer.
Imagine.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So basically, there are children who were born then into this world.
Into this, they came and found all these gadgets out here. So
Exactly.
already they know
But
how to
on
get them
on the issue of parenting, I would just like to say, guys, let us think about our children's safety.
Yeah.
Because if you want these children to grow into the next generation, we need to think more about what we teach them.
Yeah.
The thing that I see most in this Kenya is sometimes I feel like parents have no regard for their children's safety, and especially when it comes to cars. Yeah. Many people will say, I can't afford a car seat. Fine, fair enough. But when you take your child and sit in the front seat of your car without a seat belt and you put your child on your lap on a main road, you're asking for your child to die.
Yani,
basically,
the loudest messages
exactly.
are like, excuse me, I got neon lights,
because
take this
imagine somebody hits you from behind. Yes, you're being careful. Yes, somebody hits you from behind. That child goes through that windscreen. Or even if they don't go through that windscreen, this is the dashboard, this is you,
and your weight
sandwich.
Bash that child. Ribs gone.
Parents.
Gone. Kichwa.
Parents, please, we go to first aid classes, we go to neonatal classes, we go to all these things to keep our children safe. We read online how to keep our children safe online, but as soon as we get into a car, we are begging to kill our children. We are begging for it.
We know they're annoying, but you
don't need to kill them.
Like
I mean, there are easier ways of killing them. DM me. Not that I've killed one.
Wanyime tu pocket money,
Pocket money gani?
snacks, kwisha.
Change the Wi-Fi password.
Mom,
if you
there's
want
no
your
Wi-Fi.
children to pay attention to you, don't even change the password. Keep your Wi-Fi in your room. Switch it off.
Mom, there's no Wi-Fi. I know.
Use your bundles.
At say you reconnect it. I'm not paying for it.
No, until you do X, Y, Z. Yes. See how quickly that house gets clean. For parents who always think, oh, my children are not listening to the nini, zima Wi-Fi.
Zima Wi-Fi, zima TV, chukua bike funkia huko ndani. Chukua simu weka huko kwa kabati.
See how quickly your children can move.
Rudi huko storage.
Yeah, but anyway, on a more serious note, mimi nimekasirika hii story. Your child walks into the car, sits in the back even, without a seat belt. Yeah. Collision happens. Someone hits you from behind. That child flies and kills you. Now they're left without a parent. Or they fly, their head connects with yours, they die. You're left. Why? Because you couldn't be bothered to put a seatbelt on. I had someone the other day who had an accident. They didn't have a seatbelt on. A seatbelt is not a guarantee that you will survive. But in many cases, it reduces, it increases your
safety,
what's it called?
Survival chances.
Exactly, your survival chances, and also it reduces the amount of injuries that you will have.
Exactly.
You see what I mean? It can be the difference between you flying out of that car and you having a broken collarbone.
There's videos on YouTube. Just try and look for those videos, the collision when that is,
and especially for kids.
Angalia zote, angalia wewe gari kikugonga kutoka nyuma, how you're going to be thrown to the front. There's
and now imagine there's you here. There's the dashboard. Your child and you, because you've decided your child is going to be your airbag. Sindio? Ushaichapona airbag. Imagine same toy.
You and your 75 kilos over there.
75. Most Kenyan adults are 80 and above. However short or tall they are, most Kenyan adults I'm seeing they're following Americans. Wako hapa wanachezea hapo 80 kwenda juu. You know what I mean? Especially in this corona, people have been eating and not exercising. You
can find us at Elixir
Wellness hapa
Donholm opposite St. Mary's School, especially tomorrow we have a session at 7 a.m. Imagine
7 a.m. every Saturday for only 100 shillings. Stay healthy.
Stop getting overweight there, beg. It's going to bring you issues.
And not even just being overweight. It's just, like when you exercise, you get all those happy hormones.
Yeah.
So you start imagine starting your weekend on a Saturday morning, feeling a sense of achievement, feeling all the oxytocin
goodness
coursing through your body, feeling so good. Imagine
that. Smiling, feeling good.
For those of you who want to feel so good, Donholm Shopping Center, opposite St. Mary's School, 7 a.m.
We have Fit Cup
every Saturday for only 100 shillings. Elixir Wellness is our proud sponsor. Karibuni sana for everyone. Lakini hapo kwa Makasiriko. Endelea.
Kwa watoto.
Rudia.
Ati umekuja. Me, I make it my business sometimes because I get so pissed because I don't understand. Ati meka. You're driving and then the other guy driving the other moti. The child is standing there. You've seen the way dogs do that thing. Yeah. A child is standing there with the hands on the dashboard and Mekavi and a drive. Mama yake ama baba yake is strapped in nicely. I'm like, yes.
Oh,
do you hate your child so much?
Yes. So there's someone in the front passenger seat.
The child is at the passenger seat. So say, mama.
Okay, they're standing on the dashboard.
I'm like, guy.
Yeah.
Do you hate this child so much? Am I planning again? Because you've strapped yourself in
the driver's seat. Yeah.
I don't get it.
Imagine Matatu comes and hits you from
whichever side.
Imagine this. Yes? A Matatu hits you.
Drive into a ditch, basi.
Not even that. It's very rare that people drive into ditches unless they are drunk. Drink driving. Sasa, imagine your child is standing there like a little chihuahua. Yeah? So, boom, collision from behind. Yes? Uko Jogoo Road. Mtoi ameenda hivi, amechapona airbag, akarudi huko nyuma. Ametoka na rear view. Unamwonea tu hapa kwa rear view mirror. Mtoi wako ndio amefly. Think about that the next time you allow your child to sit in that front seat without being buckled, you to sit in that back seat without being buckled, for you to sit there buckled, your partner is here buckled, and your child is being held on the lap, standing here like a chihuahua. Think about that. Really think about burying that child, because every time you do that, you're asking to bury your child. It's really that simple. Imagine umezana hiyo uchungu yote. Uende kuzika kwa sababu ya seatbelt.
Atijua seatbelt peke yake.
Kwa sababu mtoto alikuwa analia huko nyuma, nimemwachia asimame hapa.
Ati alikuwa analia. It's very simple. Stop the car, shukisha yombe. Oya, tulikuwa tunaenda ronga. Wewe tembea uende, mimi naendelea na safari yangu. Tutaenda huko mbele.
Exactly.
You don't want to strap.
Yes,
it's
exactly.
Very simple. My car, my rules.
100%.
Safety first.
But let's think about that. Let's think about our children's safety on the roads. Let's not just think about their safety online. Who's watching them when they're playing out there. Let's think about how we're treating, especially the really small ones that are more vulnerable. Let's think about how their interaction on the road with our cars that we think are safe. You might be a safe driver, but imagine everyone else on that road is drunk and an idiot. Yeah?
Like, what
so imagine everyone there is driving like a matatu from 1960. Yeah? Imagine everyone. If you don't know what that is, matatu 1960 na huko yole. Imagine everyone has a big car with a bull bar and is wanting to ram you like in GTA.
Imagine. I know.
Grand Theft Auto. Imagine that. So next time you decide that you want to put your child in that front seat, number one, if your child is not above a certain height, they should never, ever, ever be sitting in that front seat to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Where can you until?
Exactly.
Until.
And even if they sit behind and you know you can afford a car seat, buy that car seat, buy that booster, because it might be the difference between you burying that child and literally just walking into the hospital to get them checked out and you going home together. Yes? So, guys, so many people are losing children out here because of it's a big carelessness. Because there's no reason why a 2-year-old, a 3-year-old, a 4-year-old, a 5-year-old is sitting in the front seat of a car,
not strapped up,
and you are holding them and you're strapped up and they're not strapped up. And whether you're strapped up and they're strapped up, or either way, imagine this car having a collision and you sandwiching your child between you and that airbag. What?
Wale wenye wanajifanyanga mnafunza that 5-year-old or 3-year-old how to drive.
Yeah.
Why are you driving on the main road
with
a child on your lap?
Yeah.
Miss Jai, understand you.
On the main road.
I've had fights with my son all the time. It's like, Mom, will you do it? No. Baba kaa hapo chini no nyamaze bako lap. Because how am I driving with a child on my lap?
Yeah, on the main road.
On the main road.
Yeah.
Why am I driving with a child on my lap on the main road?
Yeah.
Unaona? Because huku sisi tuko na matriz zinapita hapa sijui kuna mtu anduthi ametokea umebreak.
Yeah.
Umejaribu kumavoid.
Yes.
You bash that child into the steering wheel.
Exactly.
Masai imetoka kule imetoka imekugonga. Like ni issue. Mimi niko serious.
Broken ribs.
Unajua?
Broken pelvis.
Spine ndio imeenda shingo kame
so your child
exactly. Vegetable.
So, exactly.
And that child is maybe like 3 or 4. Imagine kuna suo mtu hii mpaka afike 18.
Yeah. Hata si mpaka afike 18 itakuwa all their lives. Because literally your stupidity has made your child now dependent on you for the rest of their lives when all you needed to do was put them in the back.
Imagine.
That's it. Parents, let's style up out here. Kenyans, mina waongelesha, please. Let us think about those children, because that child does not make that decision to put themselves in that front seat. That child does not make that decision to teach themselves how to drive at 2 or 3. Yeah? On the main road, on a dual carriageway. Yes?
And you're there, kula 80 ukiendanga.
Let's protect our children, not only online, but in practice as well. Yes? Yeah. On that note, on that Makasiriko, DJ Roy.
Wacha tuende kabla tubasi. Peso zapa tunaweza kasirika hapo.
Wale karibuni sana kwenye that show.
Welcome to that show. Akia Mungu leo tunakasirika kidogo to bust vessels hapa, lakini we have taken a breather. We are collected. We have
drunk water.
We are together. We sipped on water.
Yes.
We are together now.
Yeah.
Tuko hapa na mimi naitwa Afropa.
Na mimi naitwa Naita Tieno hapa kwenye Galactic Productions.
Tuko hapa kila Monday.
Wednesday.
Na Friday.
Na Furahiday.
Asubuhi. Monday tunaongea juu ya nini by the way?
Relationships. Any kind of relationships, from relationship with your kids, from with your spouse, with work, with colleagues, all that.
Kitu yote.
Exactly.
Relations.
Yes. Anything that you relate with.
Bas.
Yes.
Karibuni sema na wanyama.
Your boss.
Yes. Unaona vile umefuatanisha hizo vitu. Nimesema wanyama ukafuatanisha boss. Hapo hatuja suggest kitu yote.
Animal farm nani animal farm.
Shamba la wanyama nani. On Wednesday we do business.
Yeah, we talk about business, finance, wellness, personal development, personal growth, financial independence, getting out of debt. All that stuff, anything money.
Yani kitu yote inahusu pesa.
Yeah.
How to spend it, how not to spend it, how to not to waste it.
Like basically what we do is we try and discuss with people. We try and open up these conversations so that if somebody is struggling, or even if it's someone hadn't seen a certain angle, then we share it with them and have those discussions. Yeah. Because in a lot of time we find that some of the topics that we talk about, people find like are taboo almost. You know? Let's not talk about money. If we don't talk about our debt, then it's like it's not there.
Exactly. Mnaongea juu ya deni. Kila mtu hapa nje ako na deni.
Exactly.
Kenya mko na deni. Let's not count.
Yeah. But anyway, moving on swiftly. Friday, like today, we talk about everything and anything, no taboos, no filters. Makasiriko. You know,
we call out those bad behaviors.
We vent on your behalf.
Mbaya.
Exactly. The people who send us messages during the week, we vent about the things that they tell us, all of this stuff. So basically, guys, if you have anything that you want us to talk about on a Friday, that's the day. You know. Oh, by the way, can I just say that I'm very happy that the road between Donholm and
all the way to
Greenspan,
phase 8.
Exactly.
Phase 8.
Kuna venye zimetengenezwa, you know. So we've been venting about this for a while. Kwanza hapo Savannah, where it's been holding up traffic, wasting a lot of time,
all the way to Donholm,
spoiling people's cars. You know what I mean? And like literally, it's exactly wasting people's time. You know, and that's our most precious resource. But we're happy to say that we have noticed that has been tengenezwa. So that's good. Hatutasema thank you. Hatutasema thank you because they should have done it in the first place because it's their job.
Immediately started
Mheshimiwa, when you do what is your job, don't wait for us to clap for you. Because it is your job.
It's your job.
That is what you get paid for. That is what you are elected for. So don't wait here for people to come saying, "Hey, our MP is working. Oh, our MCA is working." No, it's your job. Do your bloody job. Don't wait for people here to come. Don't do a job and then put your name on it. Exactly. You know. And then when you do something, you wait for us to come here and say thank you, Mheshimiwa, thank you. No.
This road.
Yes, Mungu. Unafanya kazi yako.
Manifesto yako ilikuwa inasema, I'm going to make these roads. I'm going to provide water.
And as soon as you do one thing, you expect us to come there and hey.
This guy has hammered. He's gone. He's left Doni. He's going to live huko in the Kitusuru.
Yeah, I know.
And the what not.
Tamara Wanjiko, welcome sana. Tamara Wanjiko says, na barabara inasafishwa. The roads are being cleaned. But the problem is, the roads are being cleaned and the ditches are being cleaned and are being unclogged. But they take it and they put it on the side and then they wait for the rain to rain and put it back in the ditch so that you can come and do that job again.
And
I'm
then
like, guys, no, style up. Take that dirt, take it out of the ditch, pick it up. Exactly. Get rid of it. Yeah. Don't wait for the roads to flood when it rains. And then come pretend like you're cleaning them.
Road floods
exactly.
And it rains kidogo.
And then you pretend you're coming to clean it. You're cleaning it and putting the dirt on the side so that the rains or even the cars can come and push it back into the ditch. It's a fail.
Even the pedestrians as well, because
it's a fail. It's a fail. Anyway, let us talk about HIV, AIDS, sexually transmitted diseases, and the people who intentionally
spread and infecting others.
Infect others.
Yani, wewe, okay, mi kwanza hata tunianzie tu hapa.
Sikufi peke yangu. Mimi naichama. Waithaka Makuria, karibu sana. Hello, amewave. Hello, habari yako sana. Tiara G, karibu sana. Rais anajita rais wa anasa. Abeg. Serikali Matio, a working government.
Na hit moto. tutaweka link hapo hivyo baadaye mtasikiza.
Nice.
Sasa I was going to ingilia these people who intentionally infect people.
Yeah.
I think these people have kidogo twistedness in their minds.
How do you
watoto wako sawa?
Yeah.
Cause sawa, you've decided, hey, let me go and get tested, sindio?
Yeah.
You go and find out. Probably you'll try and backtrack and try and see, where did I get this from? Ikose kukuja. Ama maybe tu uko tu na makasiriko. Then you decide, sharing is caring.
Yeah.
No, some things you don't share. Actually, some things you don't share.
Okay, so I see both sides, yeah?
Yeah.
The way I see it is, it's wrong to intentionally infect other people
It is, yes.
once you know that you're infected.
Yeah.
However, I see the other side of it. I see the side that tells me that it is my duty as an individual to protect myself. And if I'm not protecting myself, then that's on me. Do you see what I mean? Yeah? So, I understand this woman who's going around and the other people who are going around proudly stating, and I think that this,
I have infected 196
if somebody
people.
is intentionally infecting other people and bragging about it, this should be constitutionally wrong.
Yeah, that's a crime.
Because it is, because, and especially because what you think about is we all have vulnerable moments. Even the most careful people who will always protect themselves have that moment where they fall. You see what I mean? You've been with someone in a relationship, they convince you, but the thing is, again, I go back to personal responsibility. It doesn't matter what someone tells you, I'm clean, I'm whatever. No. Beba neni. Mwende kwa clinic.
Personal responsibility.
Yeah. Go to the clinic.
Go get
and
checked.
if they're not transparent about their status, then don't have sex with them. You see?
Na by force.
Watu ni wengi hapa nje.
Yani
And
the
there are
moment
people-
umetoka hapo nje ya clinic ukitani hivi uangalie ni aje.
Exactly.
Imagine.
And there are people out there who are willing to comply
Unaona,
and
exactly.
be honest and be transparent about sex and about their status.
Some people still treat that sex talk as a
Yeah.
taboo up to now.
No.
You've met someone and you know eventually you intend to have sex with this person.
Yes.
Lakini you can't even sit down and discuss.
Yeah. Get tested. Get tested. It's so
that's
simple.
a red flag.
Nowadays, they don't even get, what is it called? Tamara is saying clinic ni capital. I don't understand that. Tamara, fafanua.
Please.
You know?
Yeah.
So, what,
I
I know. No, but ni story clinic too bad. So,
when they're getting the blood sample.
exactly. It's so simple nowadays. I promise you, it's a prick. Yes? And they take a few drops of blood. And then they do the test.
You wait
Exactly.
10 minutes, you know.
And you know. You know what I mean? And if your person is not willing to be honest and open about their status, then this is not somebody who you want to be with. Because sabuni mtu anaweza kukuua.
Anaweza kumada.
Yeah.
Like, guy.
You know. And if you know your status, HIV nowadays is not something to be feared. Exactly. Exactly. It's like you find out your status, you go on to medication, and most of the time you go ahead to live a healthier, longer life than somebody who was never, ever diagnosed. You know, kufa ni siku moja. You might be positive and live 20, 30 years. Exactly. Live 20, 30 years and die in a road accident. You know.
And you can imagine you've been careful all your life.
Exactly.
Something else.
You know what I mean?
Maybe.
So for the people who go infecting others, please think about, okay, even if someone else did that to you, the reason why now you're going to revenge, you're not revenging against the person who did it to you. If you want to revenge against the person who did it to you, go burn their house.
Do something.
Do something to them.
Not the others.
You know what I mean? Don't kill the rest of the population because one person knowingly infected you. Those people who slept with this woman who is now parading around Nairobi saying that she's positive, don't go infecting other women.
Because you also infected
exactly.
by this one.
Be honest with yourself. Realize that you're positive. Live positively.
How do you move on from here? How do you manage this from here on?
Exactly.
Because you're not the first person to end the apple.
Yeah.
Like the children who are born with this, and they're getting married and they're getting other children.
That's
people are living out here.
People can live safely now. HIV positive. You know what I mean?
So
but going around infecting other people, and then bragging about it. And even if you don't brag about it, if you intentionally, because there are people out here who do it, but don't talk about it.
Exactly.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Because now they have it. Because now what the worst thing, what they don't realize is, the moment you decide to intentionally go and have unprotected sex when you know you're HIV positive and you're not on medication, is your immune system is already suppressed.
Yes.
You see?
Yeah.
So anything else that person has that is not HIV, that or even is, wewe umejiletea. Because HIV is not the worst thing to get nowadays. You know, there's Hep B, Hep C. You know, or is it hepatitis? Yeah, so you get hepatitis. Yeah. So let's say you're already HIV positive. Yeah. You go there, kimbelembele, ati I'm going to infect somebody. Unapata ule msendo akona ile mbaya.
My friend akona concussion.
Yeye akona hepatitis.
Syphilis imefika.
Gonorrhea. You know, chlamydia.
Alafu kidogo shortly alcohol.
Sasa exactly. So wewe ulikuja na HIV yako, unajifanya tunataka kupatia mtu, sasa yeye ndiye amekupatia ile mbaya. You know what I mean? So like you went there with bad intentions to infect people. But what you don't realize is when your immune system is already compromised, you have no business going out there and having unprotected sex still.
Unakaka mtu mwenye amebeba bread knife.
Exactly.
Umeenda kwa vita gani?
Exactly.
Let's tell mine.
Exactly. You don't bring a knife into a gunfight.
Into a gunfight.
You know what I mean?
Because hivi utachana-chanwa hivi.
Exactly.
So if you've heard of somebody who has intentions like this, because kuna wale wako na kierere au ongea.
Yes.
Jaribu ongea na try and get this person into counseling.
Yes.
Because clearly they need help.
Exactly.
Uni mtu mwenye tu afikiri tu na akili zake zote zenye alipatiwa ni kama anafikiria na fraction.
Yes.
Na hiyo fraction yenye ametumia is not working.
Yes.
So if you know of such kind of a person, try and get them to counseling. Just try and talk them out. Come out akusikia, but try and get them help.
Yes.
Because out here, because stereotyping HIV is not as bad as it was. Okay, I want to believe so.
Yes.
It's not as bad as it was in the past. Because there's a time ukianza tu kukonda hivi kidogo inakuwa ni
ni mgonjwa. Mbona anakaa mgonjwa? But it's still like that now. It's just people don't stigmatize you as much because sometimes you might be ill with something else unrelated. Alafu you hear somebody saying, na huyo anakani kama ni mgonjwa. When they talk about ni mgonjwa, they don't mean
malaria,
exactly.
It's not COVID, it's not anything you know what I mean? Else. Kwanza sasa kuna nimba.
Alafu wanasema ati na unajua amekuwa mdak ni kama ni mgonjwa. Guys, let's stop gossiping about people. So what if somebody is
labda wewe ni mgonjwa na hujakuwa mdaka hujakuwa mkonda.
Exactly. So what if someone we should all take personal responsibility and get tested regularly. You know, if you're sexually active as an adult, you know, then you should really take that personal responsibility and get tested. And when you get tested, be honest with yourself and be honest with your partners. You know what I mean? Because wewe unaona kama unataka kwenda kuua mtu hapo nje, you think you're going to kill people, you think you're going to infect people, and then you get out there and you literally catch the worst thing,
knife,
you know, yeah, you catch the worst thing, and then
out ninja, it's big ones kiendanga.
You know,
kwanza choppers even worse than it would have kama
exactly.
ungekaa tu hapo ujishughulishe vizuri.
That's it.
But anyway,
you know,
that's your choice.
Exactly. And moving on swiftly.
Consequences ni yako.
You see, when we talk about diseases and stuff like this, and then people who get infected, a lot of times people find themselves in long distance relationships. So you find yourself in a long distance relationship and you realize that I really don't want to be without sex. You don't talk to your partner and say to them, can we try an open relationship? Or is it okay for me to have someone else while I am out there?
You were away.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So you start having another relationship out there unprotected. And the thing is, what people forget is when you sleep with one person, you're sleeping with everyone else they've ever slept with. You see?
And you can imagine everyone else that slept with
and
somebody else.
That's it. And just somebody looking decent, somebody being God-fearing, somebody being a church-goer, somebody being a good Christian. You know what I mean? Somebody looking healthy doesn't mean they're not carrying something.
True.
You know what I mean? Somebody. So when you decide to, when you're in a long distance relationship, especially, because when you're in Apa Karibu, there's less reasons sexually for you to go have sex with. I mean, there are people out there who will cheat anyway. There are people out there who will just wanapenda tu mafisi tu. Anapenda tu kuhanya.
Kula kumaliza, si
exactly. Like atakula hapa, kule hapa, yuko ofisi huko na secretary, yuko hapa na mama wa nyumba. Mama wa nyumba akipiga tu hivi tana, hata hajatoka kwa nyumba, mbochi ndio yashakulwa. You know what I mean?
Bora tu usishike mtoto nani.
Exactly. You see. So you find that there are people out there who will do that anyway, but most of the time you find that people who are in long distance relationship or people who travel for work have more temptation and a better chance of infidelity.
Mama atatokea, mzae atatokea, sitapatikana, and now that we are here and now.
Yes.
Exactly. Unaona. And before you know it, umepata mtu random, labda mmeenda, you're intoxicated, maybe you met at a club or at a restaurant.
Yes.
Then you had one too many, then you're like,
yes,
today is going down.
Yeah.
Then it goes down. You don't know this person. You don't know what this person comes bearing.
Exactly.
Hizo ni maswali ngumu nani?
Yes.
Hizo ni maswali ngumu. Protection nani?
Protection. Tamara Wanjiko says normalize visiting the clinic. She's put it in capital words, so I had to read it the way I read it. I said normalize visiting the clinic frequently. If you can sit around and plan a fantasy. Plan dates with your significant other. Take time to make that clinic visit your number one priority, whether it's casual sex or you're in a relationship. As much as the responsibility to carry condoms falls on the boy child, ladies, please buy and carry them around for your safety too. Huwezi jua unaweza toboa yake just to mess up, anaweza toboa yake just to mess up your life. And then another thing is, you know, some guys, they go through a very long dry spell and they carry around expired condoms.
Yes.
The one that he started carrying in 1998 when he was still a virgin is still in his wallet just in case.
Those brands still don't exist.
So exactly. So ladies, if you don't carry your own, then you don't know what kind of thing is being used for you.
Exactly.
Do you get me? So it's everyone's responsibility to make sure that we are keeping ourselves safe, you know? Hapo kwa long distance sana sana.
Ni wewe, unaona?
Exactly.
Because hivyo by the way vile tumesema kwa long distance. Umeenda umekutana na msee.
Yes.
Si ndio? Dry spell ushike kila mtu.
Yes.
Like if kama hali yenyewe lazima usaidike, unaenda unatafuta unasaidika.
You have to scratch the itch, mate.
Unajua. So you can imagine it gets to that point. Protection condoms are very bloody cheap.
Yeah.
And if you go to some clinics, you get them for
free. Without having to pay a penny.
Ain't no shame.
Yeah.
Ain't no shame in protecting yourself.
100%.
Enda pale enda chukua box yote, lakini you're being selfish sasa.
Exactly.
Box yote.
But the thing is, again,
chukua tu.
When you know that you're stepping out of your relationship, protect yourself even doubly. Vambili.
Bas. Mili zitapasuka. Mili
what I'm saying is, like, be
yourself.
even more careful.
Exactly.
When you know it's not just you're putting in danger, but it's your person.
Yes.
You're away from home, you work away from home, you've decided that I'm going to have another relationship there. What you don't realize is that person who you are having a relationship with knows that you have your main squeeze.
Yes.
Which means that when you're not there, wanajisaidia na watu wengine, they're with someone else. You know what I mean?
Si wewe peke yako. It's not exclusive.
Exactly.
Because you're being exclusive.
Uko
kwingine.
But also you're not being exclusive.
Ukiwa hapa uko
exactly.
Single and ready to mingle.
Exactly. Wale watu sema mimi ni wako saleni kona wewe.
Bas,
you see what I mean?
Hivi nje mimi ni wa the next one.
Exactly.
So,
but if you know that that's the kind of person you are, really just think about protecting yourself.
Yes.
You know, because you're not just protecting yourself. If you have a family, you have a wife, you have a husband, because it's not just men that do this. You know what I mean?
Yeah? Women as
You
well.
know you have these people in your life who trust you. Because there's nothing worse than being in an exclusive relationship and then someone stepping out on you. The worst thing now is someone steps out on you and they come and bring you something into your home.
Bas, you're there being careful and whatnot, alafu umeenda imetolewa huko nje.
Exactly.
Umeletewa.
You know what I mean? So, guys, ladies, whatever. When I say guys, I mean everyone. People, humans. Let us be more careful about how we interact sexually with other people outside of our relationships. Let us be careful about how we interact with other people when we start a new relationship. There's nothing wrong with saying, I want us both to get tested because I know I'm okay.
I have a past, you have a past.
That's it.
Let's
I was okay the last time I tested myself 3 months ago. I want us to be tested before we start having sex together, protected or not. You see what I mean?
It makes it easier to enjoy that relationship, let me call it.
Exactly.
No, because
and once you know that you're in a relationship that maybe you're not exclusive to each other, make this a point of being regularly tested. You see what I mean? Hata kama tu ni wewe peke yako, you know.
Make it a habit.
Exactly.
Just
get tested, you know. And now there are people who don't live in Kenya, maybe, you know, like people who live in a country like UK. Literally, you call them, they send you a test kit, you do all the bloodletting yourself, and you do all that kudunga na kuweka kwa hiyo kitu, unaituma.
Okay. And
you
then,
see, a few days later, you get your results from the lab. If there's anything to worry about or if anything is inconclusive, they tell you your nearest clinic to go to. You see?
Okay.
So these things, especially if you're not living in a country like Kenya where you have to go to a clinic, it's so much easier.
Nowadays, they have self-test kits.
Yeah?
We have self-test kits.
So
you go to the, what do you call it, to the chemist or... to the chemist. You buy the thing, you do, it's like they do a home pregnancy
test. So then it gives you the results there. Okay.
My only worry with this thing is that you go and buy, you're supposed to get counseling before. Because they have to walk you through all
sisi tunaendanga tunafanyiwa test alafu hata hizo zingine utaenda kujitafutia. Mimi sikudangani. Like Maju, unaenda unafanyiwa test, like there's no like unaulizwa tu unajishuku. Kama unajishuku, when ni priority, they do the test there and then. Kama ujishuku, unapewa hiyo test kit. Unaenda unafanya home, unatuma. Ikirudi, sasa wewe, do you see where the personal responsibility comes from? You see? I understand where the counseling comes from. But it's
when you go to the VCT here, they sit you down, they talk to you about it, like whether you're suspecting yourself or not. At least they talk to you through it, because I think at the time when they're doing that, they're trying to gauge how you are, like mentally how you are. Because you can imagine there are guys who don't know how to deal with bad news.
But what happens after that though?
Since now if you need to get into medication, they have programs that follow after. They tell you about it. So depending on your result, if you're negative, they tell you, protected sex is your friend. They give you the guidelines to live by. And then again, if you're positive, there's also guidelines on how to live
way forward.
Your life. Yes, there's the way forward. So I don't know. That's why I'm like, what? They don't cancel you?
Hakuna cancelling, Nani. There's no funding for that. The NHS is struggling.
You taxing you at least enough. Like, who could tax me? How you say?
Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Na sasa tutataka kuongelelea hapo kwenye single parenting. A lot of people find themselves in single parenting situations. You know what I mean? Whether it was by choice or it happened to. Ama alipiga gola ka?
Ali left group.
Ama
alipiga
kimama alizakane bounce. You know, because there are women who drop and go.
They choker.
You know,
they're like, wow, nilibeba hiki tuzo 9 months nikaiskuma.
Wewe lea. You know, because to be fair, you find some women out there who really didn't want children. There are women out there who don't want children. And that's okay, because that's your decision.
You have your reasons, so don't let society...
But if you don't want children, then don't put yourself in a situation where you're going to get pregnant and then abandon that kid. You know?
Funga vitu zako nani?
Sindio? you've decided you don't want kids.
Because imagine, oops, baby akitokea hapo nuko
Yeah. You know, tying your tubes is easy, just the same way as men having a vasectomy. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's no point. And plus, if you're those men who, when ikadinya, umewacha hapa, umewacha pale, meri, njeri, adiambo, wafula, uko, nyafula, whatever, you know. Wewe nekesa, wewe, yani unapita nazo.
Funga vitu vyako.
You know, once you've had 2 or 3 kids by 2 different mothers, shut it down, man.
You're not taking care of this one, you're not taking care of this one.
You're an irresponsible sperm donor.
Baba Taifa.
Don't go saying I have kids out there, because you're not raising those kids. You are an irresponsible sperm donor. The best course of action for you is to go to a sperm bank and donate.
At least somebody is going to pick zile intention.
Exactly, and say that this one is built like a Mandingo warrior. Nini, he's well educated, he's intelligent. Wakanda forever. Hapo kwenye hizo things, you know. Like seriously, if you're going to be giving people, if it's children you want, donate sperm.
But there kuna sperm banks Kenya.
Ziko mingi hata Meru iko. You know.
So peleka pale. Mtu achukue akijua nimechukua ya huyu Kang'ethe, nimechukua ya huyu.
And ladies, if you know that this guy has a reputation for having kids here, Brayo Flani. If you watch the Real House Helps of Kawangware, Brayo has children with Awiti, Njambi, sijui nani. Ya hata mtoto wa ule mluya wa kupiga kelele. Ni mtoto wa Brayo. So, Turu.
Kuku danger style.
Hata mtoi wa Turu, ni mtoi wa Brayo. So, kama wewe unajua ni Brayo fulani, ama kama wewe unajua huo msee ako na reputation wako kwa Brayo, if you know that guy is a baby daddy to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, why do you open your legs and have kids with him as well? So that you can start complaining about how he's a deadbeat father. You knew he was a deadbeat father before you met him.
Me, ananipenda ata change. He didn't change the first 6 times.
Just the same way as he doesn't speak Chinese.
It's a
you know,
I almost use that word. It's a cock.
Because the thing is,
to crow.
Exactly. You know, it's like if this person has a reputation for leaving kids here, there, and everywhere, why do you think he's going to settle with him? You know what I mean? Yeah. This is a guy who you should be telling the direction to the sperm bank.
Please.
Because if it's siring, he wants. Exactly. You know. Alafu pia hapo unaweza ambiwa uko na watoto saika 100.
Bas. Buddha, you're doing good.
You know what I mean? You're winning in life.
Like you're winning.
Exactly. You know, like your sperm is very potent. You know. But anyway, thinking about being a single parent, I think when we think about being single parents and it comes to moving on with your life, then you need to think about number one, obviously the welfare of your children. You see, do they actually get along with this person? You know what I mean? Is this person going to be a good fit for our family? But also, kama uliwachwa, if you were the person who was left behind, male or female, think about how you can the one who left. Now you have kids with this person, and someone else is coming into your home. This person has proved to be reliable, has proved to be good for the family unit that you left behind. Now you want to sabotage this thing. You know what I mean? Yes. Now, you don't see how you want this family to go ahead, to go on without you being part of it. Yes? You want to kill this woman because she's decided exactly. But the thing is, ulimwacha, you've moved on.
So unaona sasa wewe unataka wewe uende lakini wenye uliacha nyuma
hautaki waendelee.
There's nothing you're adding. There's no value you're adding into that family.
That's it.
So there's
And the thing is, if you find yourself in a situation like that, what you need to remember is there are ways out here that you can get rid of those people who are harassing you. Because it's harassment, and it's usually harassment and stalking, and very often it ends up being physical abuse. Because they start by texting you things like, you're a whore. Why are you with someone else? Why are you bringing someone else around my kids? Do you get me?
My kids.
And then kidogo, the person is parked outside your house waiting for you when you come home from work. When your new partner comes home, you see, and very
following them to work and telling them things.
That's it. very slowly it goes from verbal abuse to physical abuse to some tragic cases where somebody kills you. You know what I mean? And if you've walked away from an abusive situation and you're now finding someone new, it's important to not punish your new partner for the sins of the old.
Of your past, yeah. Leave your past.
Exactly.
Where it was.
Think about getting counseling.
Yeah.
Think about moving on from this thing. Think about did your children experience something in that relationship that are now stopping them from having a positive relationship with your new person? You know? Do we all need counseling? As a family, and including your new partner after a while, because they're walking into something they don't even know.
Yeah, like this is already set up.
Exactly.
Like it's a new template.
That's it. And then sometimes they're walking into a war zone.
Yeah,
a war zone psychologically. It might not be that the other person is there anymore, but the other person is very present in the way that they control you, if they were controlling in the past. You know, so that person who was controlling you is still controlling you by the way that they abuse you to think that you cannot move on. You know, by every time you try to move on, they come back. Hata siwezi niacha. Saa zingine, they're not even that aggressive. Sometimes it's something as simple as you posting something on the socials, or them seeing a picture of you, because obviously if you have kids together, you still have to correspond and co-parent. So they see something as simple as you putting someone else's photo on your profile as your profile picture, or having a selfie with somebody and just posting it, and it could be a relationship or not, and it could just be a friend. But as soon as they think that there's something going on, they're there. You see? And every time they come back just to make sure that you're not with someone else, just to spoil the thing that you're moving on from.
Shame on you.
Or with.
Shame on you.
You know what I mean?
Shame
but
on you.
we also have to, as I always say, take personal responsibility.
Yeah.
Why am I allowing this person to spoil things for me every single time? Kwa nini Brayo akirudi?
Unatandika vilivyo.
You know what I mean?
Network lost.
You know what I mean?
Lost.
That's
Compass
it.
Broken.
Exactly.
Ask yourself that question.
Exactly.
What is it that Brayo does to me?
Yeah.
That when I sit down, I lose all control.
Yes.
Senses, nothing. Julie's, I'm sure most of us know.
Yeah.
We just refuse to accept it. Like, what? And would you say you walked out of an abusive relationship?
Yeah.
And you and your kids had to run.
Yeah.
Would you get a restraining order from this guy? Like if it was
if we're in danger, then definitely. And I mean, it's not a word. You have to. You have to.
Because you're keeping yourself and the children safe. Kwa sababu haujui mtu anaweza toka kule ametoka and said,
I'm going to kill all of you. I'm going to burn that house.
This nice Ateno has moved on. You wait and see. You wait and see. Amekuja set up vizuri, mkingia tu kwa nyumba tu vizuri.
There was a woman in East London who was stabbed by her husband, her ex-husband, outside her home with her new partner. So basically, he was just verbally abusive. He was sending messages. He was stalking, staying outside the home. But she felt like, I cannot report him to the police because he's the father of my children. Yes? The thing is, he'd already been physically abusive in their marriage. So there was a high chance that he was going to do it again, especially because he felt slighted by the fact that she had moved on. Yes? If somebody moves on, stop harassing them. Because that was a relationship that you were in that is no more. You know what I mean?
It's no longer on.
Exactly.
Like you find
whether you beat
else,
them, whether you talk to them, whatever you do to them, that relationship is not going backwards.
Who's coming back to you after knowing that you're an abusive person?
Yeah.
Because hata mwenyewe unajua. huyu aliniacha because I was abusive.
Yes.
If you know that, sit down. Jiite mikutano.
Yeah.
Mikutano.
Yeah.
No, because you're keeping yourself from being happy as well.
Yeah.
Because easily you'd find, because the moment you just fix that, maybe that one thing that ticks you off, you'd find somebody.
I think people who are physically abusive should have anger issues, have probably were abused themselves.
Yeah, it has a past
exactly.
story.
So they generally need to seek help themselves.
Yeah.
So chastising them doesn't help. It's about encouraging them to seek help, because they will abuse this one and they will go on to abuse the next. And they will abuse the next even worse, because now they're angry that they were left.
This one left me.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So it's like yes, it's wrong, but why are they like how they are? I'm not saying understand it and stay with them. I'm just saying if somebody starts being like that with you and you want to be with them, then compel them to seek help. Because when you love somebody, you can't help who you love. And we can't always leave people because they lashed out at us.
That's true.
You see what I mean? Sometimes we see something, we see beyond, we know where the problem is. But if that person is not willing to work on that problem, then it's time to go before they kill you. Before they start beating the children as well. Before they beat you in front of the kids so that the kids are traumatized. Before they beat you in front of the kids so that the kids copy that behavior when they get older, because they think that that is how conflict resolution is.
It never works. It never works. Kama unajijua.
Mimi naona kwenye hiyo story.
Ujiite mkutano.
Mimi niseme, please let us think about the things that we have spoken about today. You know?
Yeah.
And let us really think about seeking help. There's a lot of help out here. You just need to look.
It's okay
to
be okay. And when you know you're not okay, seek help.
Yeah. And talk to your person.
Yeah.
If you know you're getting angry, if you know you're getting something is irritating you, talk. Because it can be difficult to talk, but once you've spoken about it, you can find a way forward.
Yeah.
You know, communication is the key. Communication and transparency is the key to a successful relationship.
It's big.
You know what I mean?
No. It might seem something small, but because you can imagine, like for you, like it looks like sikitu.
Yeah.
But for the other person, it's really big. Like, man, this person all the time. It's always this. It's always this. It's always this.
Yeah.
And when it starts eating away at you,
yes. Yes.
When it becomes rotten, nani clearing that rot.
Yeah. But anyway, on that note, mimi naona tuambie watu, Nikki Nicole amesema, hey Makasiriko kweli. I think that is the time we were talking about spam banks. For those men who think you like shooting goals and running away, please go shoot your shot in a spam bank.
In a cop, man, in a cop.
That's it.
Enter uweke legacy yako kwa bank.
Uko.
At least there's somebody
kwa sababu
somewhere
kama hautalea, wacha huyo mtu amechagua asilee peke yake, usidanganye mtu atimtalea pamoja alafu shoot kama umeenda.
Alafu unaenda ku chest thump hapo ukisema ati mimi ndio ule msee. So watu aki jipendeni tu. Love yourself enough. And it's okay. Kuna we all hit our breaking points many times. We hit snags mara mingi. So at that time, sit down, check yourself, ask yourself these questions. What's happening to me? Why am I feeling like this? Why am I reacting like this? Why am I acting like this?
Yes.
At least when you check yourself, you don't spread it.
Yes.
Because at least you catch it before it's too late.
Exactly.
So, take time. Time out. Self-care, self-love.
Nairobi kuna baridi leo.
Leo kuna manyuni.
Endo pendane na mtu.
Endo pende mtu. Azidi kukupenda. Umoneshe vile wewe unajipenda.
Exactly, guys. Thank you so much. Let's think about how we are interacting with each other, our families, our children. How we are protecting ourselves in terms of sexual health. You know what I mean? Exactly. Building healthy relationships, because only in building that and showing our children that template are we going to create a legacy rather than just leaving people behind. You know? Exactly. Distraction.
Whose business is this one?
Guys, child safety on the road.
Those children are not yours.
Stop putting those children on your laps in the front seat. Stop putting those children in the back without seat belts. Those who can afford it, and these things are cheap and available in Kenya now, find booster seats, find car seats, especially those booster seats. Especially those booster seats. Jaluo.
Meanwhile,
Devi Okunya. Ashanteni sana. Karibu sana Devi. Yes.
I'm checking pale akiwa na Jaluo Classic Maganda.
Yes, Karibu Jaluo Classic Maganda. Nancy.
That name is
Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Please keep an eye on Galactic Productions. We've got an amazing feature coming on tomorrow evening.
More.
With Lucas Realtime Onyango.
Mr. Realtime.
Exactly. We've got a feature coming in on Wednesday about patient safety.
Yes.
And basically how you can protect yourself when you go into a hospital.
Yes.
What to expect before you go see a doctor. What our health system is doing, who's transparent out there, who's sharing their outcomes, who's protecting you as a patient in Kenya. We've got an amazing interview coming on Wednesday. We'll post it on the Galactic Productions with Irene Ogongo. Let's mention our sponsors,
Alexa Wellness.
Bootcamp Hapa.
The cash on Saturday
For only 100 shillings, and the rest of the time we've got fitness and dance fitness on every day of the week.
Every day of the week.
Yeah. So get in touch. Their contacts are zinafanya tu hivi hapo chini. Hapo tu chini. Yes. Yeah.
They're running like this.
Check us out on the socials. Alexa Wellness. Check out Alexa Wellness for all your nutritional needs, for all your supplement needs, for your weight management manenos, all of that. Just being healthy,
and if you're
living healthy.
Home, you can drop by, come
Exactly.
sit down with us, at least discuss 1, 2, 3 things,
Exactly.
let you know more.
That's it.
So at least akale kujidicate unajua.
Exactly. And karibuni sana tena, and see you all on Monday for Relationship Mondays.
Hapana, si Monday, Saturday.
No, Mondays. You see,
Okay.
Saturday.
Sisi
tutakuwa hapa Monday on that show at Galactic Productions
At 9 a.m. with me, Fab.
and me, Night Atieno, at 9 a.m. East African time. AKA Eat. Thank you so much, DJ Roy, for keeping us
Entertained.
entertained.
We're just double tapping here.
Aya, twende.
Karibuni.
Karibuni.